The Target 12 investigators have new details on a protest controversy. We've uncovered details on last-minute efforts that the governor, Dan McKee's office, took to block protests the night of the State of the State.
The move sparked outrage among free speech advocates and good government groups. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with what he found.
Just hours before the State of the State, this sign was abruptly put up in the State House rotunda, blocking public access. But records we obtained show the governor's office didn't reserve the space until almost 10 minutes after the space was off limits. 12 News cameras were there the night of January 14th as Black Lives Matter Rhode Island PAC President Harrison Tuttle was escorted out of the State House rotunda. Tuttle and other protesters there to draw attention to homelessness kept away. Up the steps, lawmakers and dignitaries were gathering ahead of Governor Dan McKee's State of the State address.
A spokesperson for the governor stopped me as I was coming down to talk to you and said, well, you have to reserve this through the Department of Administration. We had already reserved that.
It is not my knowledge that Rhode Islanders have to reserve a spot to assemble their First Amendment right.
Public records obtained by Target 12 show the governor's office did indeed reserve the rotunda from 4:30 to 10 p.m. But take a close look. That reservation was put in at 4:39 p.m. that day as protesters were already gathering in the building. There's also this text message from McKee's chief legal counsel Claire Richards to a Department of Administration official asking, were we able to reserve the rotunda? The response, yes. The time, 5:14 p.m., less than 2 hours before the governor's speech. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they were scrambling to provide a justification.
Lynette Labinger is a cooperating attorney with the ACLU Rhode Island. She says the State House rotunda falls squarely under free speech protections.
These are recognized from the beginning of our country as places where people are entitled to exercise their First Amendment right.
The next day, the governor framed the issue as a matter of security and argued his office's actions did not silence the protesters.
We made arrangements to have them have a space in the State House to have their rally.
By closing it off, only one viewpoint was expressed, which was the State of the State message. And people who wanted to express an alternative viewpoint to protest it were not allowed to be heard in that area.
In an email, the governor's office acknowledged the rotunda had not been reserved for previous State of the State nights. A spokesperson defended the move, writing in part, having the rotunda available for security purposes as an overflow area and a safe alternative means of egress is important for staging such an event. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.